Yo, what's up everybody? It's your girl Abby. And let me tell you, the Florida Keys are something else. We're talking turquoise water so clear you can see your toes 10 feet deep, beaches that feel like powdered sugar, and sunsets that'll make you want to quit your job and become a professional Instagram husband. But hold up, before you pack your bags and head down to this slice of paradise, there are some major mistakes you gotta avoid. Trust me, I've seen it all, from sunburns that could fry an egg to tourists getting caught in a downpour without an umbrella. So consider this your official guide to dodging the tourist traps, avoiding the rookie moves, and actually experiencing the real Florida Keys. Let's do this. The Florida Keys sun. Alright, first things first, we gotta talk about the sun. It's not just any sun, it's the Florida Keys sun, and it's a whole different beast. Now I know you think you've heard it all before, the usual warnings about sun exposure and the importance of sunscreen, but seriously, the sun down here is on another level. It's like the sun has cranked up its intensity dial to 11. It's like the sun went on vacation to the Florida Keys and decided to never leave. It's relentless, and it's everywhere. I'm talking about the kind of sun that can turn you from a glowing goddess into a lobster faster than you can say margarita. And trust me, you don't want to be that person. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I've had my fair share of sunburns, and let me tell you, it's not fun. One time, I went out on a snorkeling trip, totally forgot to reapply my sunscreen, and ended up looking like a beetroot for a week. Not a good look. My friends couldn't stop laughing, and I couldn't stop wincing. So, here's the deal. SPF is non-negotiable. It's your best friend, your shield, your armor against the sun's relentless rays. And I'm not talking about that weak sauce SPF 15 either. That stuff is practically useless down here. Go big or go home, people. You need at least SPF 30 to stand a chance against this sun. SPF 30 or higher is where it's at. And don't be stingy with it. Apply it generously. Make sure you slather it on at least 30 minutes before you head outside and reapply every 2 hours, especially after swimming or sweating. The sun's rays are sneaky. They can get you even when you think you're safe. And don't forget those often missed spots like your ears, the back of your neck, and your feet. These areas are super sensitive and can burn just as easily. Pro tip, invest in some reef-safe sunscreen. It's not just about protecting yourself, it's about protecting the environment too. It's better for the environment and won't mess with the delicate coral reefs that make the Keys so special. These reefs are home to some of the most beautiful marine life you'll ever see, and we need to do our part to keep them healthy. So, next time you're out in the Florida Keys, remember to respect the sun. Enjoy its warmth, but don't underestimate its power. Stay protected, stay safe, and most importantly, have fun. The weather. Okay, so the Florida Keys are known for their sunshine, but let's be real. Mother Nature does what she wants, when she wants. The weather here can be as unpredictable as it is beautiful. One moment you're soaking up the sun, feeling the warm rays on your skin, and the next, you're scrambling for cover as the skies open up. One minute you're basking in the glory of a perfect beach day, with the sound of the waves gently lapping at the shore, the smell of salt in the air, and the feeling of sand between your toes. The next minute, bam! You're caught in a torrential downpour that would make Noah himself build an ark. It's like someone flipped a switch, and suddenly, you're in the middle of a monsoon. I remember this one time I was on a kayaking trip with some friends, and we were paddling along, enjoying the scenery, the clear blue waters, and the vibrant marine life. It was picture perfect. When all of a sudden, the sky turned this ominous shade of gray. It was like a scene from a movie where you just know something bad is about to happen. The wind picked up, the waves started crashing, and before we knew it, we were caught in the middle of a full-blown squall. The water went from calm to chaotic in a matter of minutes. We managed to paddle back to shore just as the heavens opened up, but let me tell you, it was a close call. We were drenched, exhausted, and a little shaken, but we made it. So here's the thing, always, and I mean always, check the weather forecast before you head out. It might seem like a hassle, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And don't just check it once, check it multiple times throughout the day, because the weather down here can change in a heartbeat. One moment it's clear skies, and the next, you're in the middle of a storm. And if you see any storm clouds brewing, don't try to be a hero. It's not worth the risk. The weather can be fierce and unforgiving. Head inside, grab a drink, and wait it out. Enjoy the downtime, chat with friends, and make the most of the situation. After all, the storm will pass and the sun will shine again. Let's talk about packing. I know, packing can be stressful. But it doesn't have to be. The key to packing for the Florida Keys is to pack light. Trust me, you don't need your entire wardrobe for a week-long trip. I used to be the queen of overpacking. I'd pack like I was moving in, not going on vacation. But then I realized that all that extra baggage was just weighing me down, literally and figuratively. So here's my minimalist packing list for the Florida Keys swimsuits, at least 2, a couple of pairs of shorts, some tank tops or t-shirts, a light jacket or sweater for those breezy evenings, a hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, bug spray, and your phone charger. That's it, you don't need anything else. And if you forget something, don't worry, there are plenty of stores in the Keys where you can pick up whatever you need. Don't sleep on booking, secure your spot in paradise. Listen up people, this is important. The Florida Keys are a popular destination. And by popular, I mean people flock here like seagulls to a dropped ice cream cone. So if you're planning on visiting, do yourself a favor and book your accommodations in advance. I'm talking about hotels, motels, guest houses, Airbnbs, whatever floats your boat. Just make sure you have a place to rest your head at night because showing up in the Keys without a reservation is like showing up to a party empty-handed, not cool. I once had a friend who decided to wing it and just find a hotel when he got down here. Big mistake. He spent hours driving around calling every hotel in a 50-mile radius, only to find out that everything was booked solid. He ended up having to sleep in his car that night. Not exactly the tropical getaway he had in mind. Eat like a local, a culinary adventure awaits. Alright, let's talk about food. Because let's be real, a vacation without good food is like a phone without a camera. What's the point? And the Florida Keys are a foodie's paradise, especially if you're a seafood lover. Forget your chain restaurants and tourist traps, we're going local, baby. First up, you gotta try the conch fritters. These crispy, golden brown balls of deliciousness are a staple down here, and for good reason. Then there's the key lime pie. I'm not talking about that artificial green-colored stuff you get in the supermarket. I'm talking about the real deal, made with fresh key limes and a graham cracker crust that'll make you want to slap your mama. But please don't actually slap your mama. And don't even get me started on the fish tacos. Freshly caught fish, grilled or fried to perfection, and topped with all the fixings. It's a culinary masterpiece. Wheels of freedom, rent a car, explore like a pro. Now, let's talk transportation. While the Florida Keys are made up of a chain of islands connected by bridges, don't let that fool you into thinking you can just walk or bike everywhere. Trust me, you're gonna want a car down here. Renting a car gives you the freedom to explore at your own pace, discover hidden gems off the beaten path, and avoid the hassle of relying on taxis or public transportation, which can be limited in some areas. I learned this lesson the hard way when I first visited the Keys. I thought I could just rely on bikes and my own 2 feet to get around. Big mistake. I ended up wasting so much time and energy trying to get from point A to point B, and I missed out on seeing a lot of the amazing things the Keys have to offer. Okay, let's be real, you can't come to the Florida Keys and not experience the water. I mean, it's kind of the whole point, right? We're talking crystal clear turquoise water that's practically begging you to jump in. First up, you gotta try snorkeling or diving. The Florida Keys are home to the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world, so you know it's gonna be epic. We're talking colorful coral reefs, schools of tropical fish, and maybe even a sea turtle or 2 if you're lucky. Then there's kayaking or paddleboarding. It's a great way to explore the mangroves, get some exercise, and maybe even spot some dolphins or manatees. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even try your hand at kitesurfing or windsurfing. Alright, we talked about sunscreen earlier, but I gotta emphasize this again. The sun down here is no joke. Hydrate and shade up. I've seen people go from 0 to 100 on the sunburn scale in a matter of hours, and trust me, it's not pretty. But it's not just about sunburn, it's about heat exhaustion and heat stroke, which can be serious, even life-threatening. So listen up people, this is how you avoid becoming a statistic. Stay hydrated, like seriously hydrated. Drink water like it's your job. Carry a reusable water bottle with you everywhere you go and refill it constantly. Avoid sugary drinks and alcohol, as they can dehydrate you. And if you start to feel dizzy, lightheaded, or nauseous, get out of the sun immediately and seek medical attention. Mosquito repellents. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the mosquito in the paradise. Yes, I'm talking about bugs, specifically mosquitoes. Those pesky little bloodsuckers can be a real nuisance down here, especially at dawn and dusk. But don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Here's how to avoid becoming a mosquito buffet packed bug spray. And not just any bug spray. Get yourself some heavy-duty, DEET-containing bug spray. Apply it liberally to all exposed skin, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Wear long sleeves and pants whenever possible, especially if you're going to be in wooded areas or near water. And consider using a mosquito net over your bed at night, especially if you're staying somewhere without air conditioning. Last but not least, let's talk about wildlife. The Florida Keys are a sanctuary for a myriad of species, each playing a crucial role in the ecosystem. From the vibrant coral reefs teeming with marine life to the lush mangroves that provide shelter for countless birds and other creatures, this region is a living testament to nature's beauty and diversity. The Florida Keys are home to a diverse array of plants and animals, both on land and in the water. The coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are bustling with colorful fish, sea turtles, and other marine creatures. On land, the mangroves and tropical forests are alive with the sounds of birds, insects, and other wildlife. And while it's amazing to see these creatures in their natural habitat, it's important to remember that we're guests in their home. Our actions can have a significant impact on their well-being and the health of the ecosystem. Therefore, it's our responsibility to ensure that our presence does not disturb or harm the wildlife. So here's how to be a respectful tourist and avoid any unwanted encounters. First and foremost, always follow the guidelines provided by local authorities and wildlife experts. These rules are in place to protect both you and the animals. Admire wildlife from a distance. Use binoculars or zoom lenses to get a closer look without intruding on their space. This not only ensures your safety, but also prevents the animals from feeling threatened or stressed. Don't approach, touch, or feed any animals, no matter how cute or harmless they may seem. Feeding wildlife can disrupt their natural feeding habits and make them dependent on humans, which can be detrimental to their survival. Dispose of your trash properly. Littering not only spoils the natural beauty of the area, but can also pose a serious threat to wildlife. Animals can get entangled in or ingest trash, leading to injury or death. Animals can mistake plastic bags and other trash for food, which can be harmful or even fatal. By keeping the environment clean, we can help protect these creatures and their habitats. Keep your distance from nesting areas. Many species are particularly vulnerable during their breeding seasons, and disturbing them can have serious consequences for their populations. Many species of birds, turtles, and other animals nest on the beaches and in the mangroves. These areas are critical for the survival of their young, and any disturbance can lead to the abandonment of nests or the death of hatchlings. Respect their space and avoid disturbing them. If you come across a nesting area, give it a wide berth and observe from a distance. This simple act of respect can make a big difference in the survival of these species. And if you're lucky enough to see a dolphin or manatee, observe them from a safe distance and avoid making loud noises or sudden movements that could startle them. These gentle giants are a joy to watch, but they need their space to thrive. By following these guidelines, we can ensure that our interactions with wildlife are safe and respectful, allowing us to enjoy the natural beauty of the Florida Keys while preserving it for future generations. So to have an incredible experience in Florida Keys, don't forget all these tips I've shared with you. Also check out this video on the hidden gems in Florida to know all the off-the-beaten paths, beaches, and parks you need to visit. I'll also leave a link in the description below in case you missed it. I hope you found these tips helpful and that you're now feeling more prepared for your trip to paradise. Remember to like this video if you found it useful. Leave a comment down below with your own Florida Keys tips or experiences, and subscribe to my channel for more travel adventures. And most importantly, get out there, explore, have fun, and make some memories that'll last a lifetime. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.